One day the world's gonna look back on Mexican Thanos as a hero. Because this motherfucker is doing generations of healing for the culture. He's not taking his foot off of people's necks. He's shining a light on dark secrets from the Mexican community and consequently every other community out there. I will say this, I think his account has been taken down, so it's clear that they're trying to silence him because he's out here speaking the truth. Free Mexican Thanos! Free Mexican...
Old school Mexican dads will cut off their sons for being gay, but they won't cut off their boys that be sucking their dick when they get drunk. That's a conversation y'all don't want to have, bruh. Because when Mexican motherfuckers be getting drunk, they be doing some gay ass shit. That's exactly why I don't drink and why I don't hang out with Mexicans like that when they be drinking, bruh. Because they be thinking that everybody's just free game. Like everybody's just a free for all. They start touching up on you and shit. That shit ain't never happened to me, but I've seen it happen to people, bruh. I'm gonna just be real with y'all, bruh. One of my boys, his brother's gay, and their dad don't even recognize him. Their dad don't even accept him. But yet the dad was hanging out with my cousin Moro doing gay ass shit. It's crazy, bruh. They really be like that. Like I think it's to them, it's not the point of being gay. I think to them it's a matter of like looks, like the way that people are gonna look at them. That's really what hurts them. You know what I'm saying? They don't really give a fuck that you're gay. They care more about the persona, what people look at them as. So you could be gay, but you gotta be like them. You gotta be low key about that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get some drinks in you and then expose it. Be like, oh yeah, like I think. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise they won't accept you. They'll be like, nah, bruh, that's fucked up, bruh. You can't be doing that, bruh. You can't, like, listen, dice que no hagas. The church says not to do that. You know what I'm saying? They really be on some weird shit, bruh. Hey, man, y'all don't want to have that conversation, though. It's too hard for Mexicans to accept that. But hey, shit, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it, man. Y'all be safe.
This TikToker is getting threats after exposing all the DL Mexican dads. The content creator Ben Dover recently went viral for a video in which he exposed the DL men working construction, specifically Mexican dads who will disown their sons for liking men while they themselves engage in activities with other men. He also says that the job site horseplaying is an excuse for them to touch each other, and after a few drinks and some ski lines, it becomes a free-for-all between the boys. After his video went viral, others came forward to back up his claims with personal stories. Well, it wasn't long until Ben started getting DMs with threats telling him that he was going to find out. His account was also mass reported and banned. Fortunately, after a few hours, he was able to get it back. And now that he's back, he says he won't be silenced and will continue to share stories of some of the most disgusting behavior he's seen his coworkers do behind their wives' back. But we'll see what happens.
Guys, the DL Avengers came together and got Mexican Thanos' page banned. All for speaking the truth. If you've been watching the saga of DL Mexican Dad TikTok, then you absolutely know who Mexican Thanos is. He is the man who is healing a generation by sharing stories of Mexican Theos and dads who are on the down low. Mexican Thanos has a burner account and he wants to let everybody know that he's proud of y'all. He's proud of your healing and he's proud of all of y'all telling your story. And you know what? Me too. If you want to give Mexican Thanos a follow, which by the way, I call this man Mexican Thanos because he's clearly taking no prisoners and he's clearly rewriting the timeline. Not because of how he looks, but I ain't gonna lie. When y'all started pointing it out, if y'all want to follow Mexican Thanos' new page, you can go to Ben Dover Fordick. Yep, that's his name. Or you can just click on the comment. It's also great to know that Ben Dover is in good spirits. And lastly, I just want to say to the DL Avengers, you can't silence the truth.
Your cousins.
That last video was a guy that actually has the experience. He says that a lot of different people that he's ever got with were actually DL, but they just didn't want their family to know.
Homophobia and the fear of not being accepted if you are gay is playing a bigger role in society than people think. I think this Mexican DL dad situation is opening up people's eyes to the fact that there are a lot more gay people than you think. With Grindr servers being overrun anytime they're at a Republican convention, and now we're learning about Mexican dads and construction workers and all the DL stuff they do, if people were able to be accepted for being gay, would society be a lot different than what we see now? Because it feels like a lot of insecurities and projections are being put on front display. Republicans claim they hate gay people, but in their free time, they are doing the same stuff that those gay people do. And meanwhile, Mexican dads wouldn't accept their son for being gay, but they get a little liquor in their system and do something with their homie, and that's okay, apparently. It's like with society. If you're able to hide being gay, no one knows about it, you're okay. But if you're open and honest about it and you're actually able to come out, it's like these people hate you because they don't have the strength to do that themselves because they don't want to be judged or hated just for being gay.
It's nothing new. These men have always been DL, and they're all married with families. Homophobic. God forbid one of their sons turns out gay, because they will vocalize their disagreement with one of their sons to be gay. But they'll leave their phone number to a gay server at the local restaurant. Years ago, I talked about the same subject, how the most macho Latino men are the gayest of all. And there's one thing they're really good at, is staying in the closet. Nobody likes to talk about it, but we all know it's happening. They're afraid how the community is going to view their sexual orientation. Because after all, the Mexican culture is identified by such machismo upbringing. They know that their father would never approve of a gay son. Because as long as they can remember, Dad bought them their little hat, their little belt, a solid pair of jeans, and the straightest pair of boots. But underneath all of that is a very gay man. I feel bad for the women, because a lot of these women have no idea why their man mistreats them, puts them down. But the reality is there's a lot of frustration in these men because they can't openly have the lifestyle that they want. And instead, they have to hide their true identity under their wives' skirts and delantales. If you know, you know.
One of my boys came out gay to his mom and dad at a party at a quinceañera, and it was horrible, dog. I don't even know why he thought of doing that shit during the party like that, but he did it. So everything started. He took his boyfriend, and his boyfriend was really good friends with his dad, and his dad didn't know, okay? And his dad's hanging out with my cousin Moro and shit. So there was some things already in there, bro, that they were doing that was kind of sketchy. But the dad and mom, they're old school Mexican, and you know how they are, bro. You know how they are, real judgmental. So this motherfucker is like, oh, I would like to toast. I want to tell you guys something. Les quiero decir algo. Like, oh yeah, dilo mijo. And he's like, the dad's telling him, but he's like hugging his best friend and shit. But the best friend is his son's boyfriend. He's like, dinos, hijo, dinos. Like, tell us, turn the music down. Nos va a decir algo, mijo. Mi hijo es hombre. Like, my son is a man. And we're all sitting there. And the son's like, bueno, les quiero decir que yo me identifico como un gay. Like, I identify as gay. And the mom fucking screams, bro. The mom's like, no! like somebody died or some shit. And we're all like, what the fuck? And the dad's like, what? ¿Qué, güey? ¿Qué? And the dad got mad as fuck, bro. The dad's like, no digas pinches mamadas. No digas mamadas. ¿Qué tienes? Like, no, Dios, ¿qué te pasó? And the mom's like, se le metió un demonio. Like, he has a demon. And the dad was fucking mad, bro. No cap. Everybody was mad as fuck. They were saying that he had a demon that they needed to do an exorcism. And the dad found out that his little best friend was actually his son's boyfriend. Mom was like, hijos de su puta madre. He was pissed, bro. Pissed. No cap, bro. But it got bad.
All of these down low Mexican fathers were eventually gonna get exposed. The amount of videos that are made daily about down low Mexican fathers, like low key playing around with gay jokes or just touching, and a little bit more than touching at the work site on a construction place is fucking beyond me. And for some weird reason, it's like as soon as they get to the construction site, something clicks in their heads and they just want to, get extremely freaky with the other workers.
So the guy that spilled the horchata earlier, I think it was today or yesterday, can't remember. What he's saying is completely true. A lot of straight Mexican dads will definitely disown their child, and just because they're gay. But on the download, they will be doing worse things with other men. And this is something that happens in all industries. Oh my god. The stories that I have, the stories that I heard from other friends who've had encounters with download Mexican men with wives and children. The story. So yes, it is true. It is completely true. And a lot of them, they're mad because this guy, made a point of talking about this kind of stuff that goes in our community. And yeah, it's true. It is true. So, ask anyone, especially in the food industry. Ask them about stories. You gotta listen to a lot of stories from the tios and some of the dads and even the brothers. So yeah, it's completely true. The horchata that was spilled, it's true.
Well, let's spill some more horchata. So, this comment brought to my memory a story that someone told me some few years ago. It was an apartment filled with a lot of guys, and there was one guy who was designated the party bottom. So basically, when all the other guys were horny, they will seek for the party bottom, and he would perform for them. So that happened for the time they were living all together. Then some of them went back to Mexico, and one of the horny guys bumped into the party bottom at a supermarket, and the first thing he said is, "Man, I'm glad to see you. We should, get together and hook up again." The party bottom got angry. He just told him, "I will beat your ass if you mention that again. What happened over there happened over here. We don't do that. We don't talk about that. So never bring it up again. And if you bring it up again, I will beat your ass." And apparently they never spoke to each other after that. So our friendship was gone. But yeah, this is something that happens a lot, and a lot of people don't want to address it. A lot of people say like, "Oh my God, this is not true," blah blah blah. But yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. And the worst thing is sometimes this kind of situations, it's like an open secret sometimes, because a lot of people know what's going on. A lot of people know who is involved in this situation, but they look away. They don't say anything. Sometimes people will spill the tea, and but they will try to protect each other just to, not to get in trouble. But yeah, nothing new. And yeah, maybe that was happening with those guys. Maybe that was happening. So yeah.
Mexicans are being exposed for being on the DL, man. Yo, I just went down a DL rabbit hole that I did not know existed in the Latino community, bro. And there's so many DLs, bro. Not just Dominicans, bro, but Mexicans too. I've seen 2 content creators already, Mexican content creators, come on the internet talking about that. Their uncles, their fathers will cut off their sons for being gay, but when they won't cut off their boy for sucking them off when they're drunk, bro. It's a serious problem. Apparently these dudes, when they get drunk, bro, they get freaky with their boys. That's what they're saying. And in the comments of my videos where I was talking about Dominican men, so many gay Black American men talking about, "Oh, no, it's not just Dominicans, it's Latinos." And for whatever reason, they're all into Black American gay men. I didn't know they had a taste. They didn't know they had a taste. Let me find out, man. Y'all trying to get your papers of this gay Black dude, man, because they ain't stupid. You ain't got the wrong game on gay Black man. That's just not gonna happen. They're gonna fall for that, man. You ain't gonna get papers out of them. That's the reason why y'all doing it for, man. But yeah, man, DO Latino men have a taste. Black Americans, they don't even speak Spanish, bro. How are they communicating?
The DL Mexican conversation is so interesting especially when you live in California, and in certain areas you really start to see like some of those Mexican DL dads on Grindr. Like, especially the San Fernando Valley area. Like, bitch, if you ever been in San Fernando Valley, that's where they be. Go on Grindr out there. You'll see.
This whole Mexican download deals and dads, it's not new. It's been going on forever. How do I know? Because I've serviced these people. And it happens a lot at the Mariscos restaurants or the little after hours. Like, trust me, shit goes down.
My Mexican coworkers and my Mexican friends told me a long time ago that a lot of Mexican men are on the DL, and when I tell you, I was shocked, flabbergasted. My Mexican coworker found messages in her husband's phone that were very smexual between her husband and his work buddy, a little too smexual. So she screenshotted it and sent it to herself, but the messages between him and his work buddy magically disappeared the next day, and it wasn't there anymore. But by that time, she had told our coworkers, and the consensus between the Mexican coworkers was that her husband was on the DL. And by the time it got to me, like, they were laughing about it. They said it so nonchalantly, and I'm like shocked, flabbergasted. And she was like, "Oh, honey, there are so many Mexican men that are DL." And I was like, whoa. So then I told my Mexican friends about it who work at the meat packaging plants, no pun intended, in Omaha here. And I told them, I was like, yeah, you know, my Mexican coworker told me that her husband may be DL. And they were like, oh yeah, that's like a thing. And they told me that a lot of people at the meat packaging plants here are DL too. And I was like, what? Like, it's not just the construction dudes. It's also, like, the people who work at the plants. So when I saw that TikTok video of that guy talking about how, like, Mexican dads will disown their gay sons, but do gay things, I kind of chuckled because I was like, yeah, now I kind of know what that means. Like, and obviously I had no idea that that was going on in the Mexican community because I'm not, like, listen, I grew up around a lot of Mexicans here in Omaha. Like, there's a huge Mexican community here, but I did not know that shit was going on.
Also, something you're not ready to talk about is when you're touched inappropriately as a child in the Latino community, the wives and the moms will refuse to believe it's true. They'll say you're making it up for attention.
All those guys getting mad at that gay Latino for exposing the DL Mexican dads need to wake the fuck up. Like, he gave tea. That was tea, because the ones that are the loudest about homophobia, especially in the Latin community, are the ones usually doing the homosexual shit. They're the ones playing in booties. That's just how it goes. Like, a lot of those Mexican dads don't know. Like, they're the ones exposing themselves in the comments. And the wives trying to back them up. Mama, you know, you also have suspicion too. That's why you feel the need to defend them. Like, be fucking for real.
Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and make a video about all I've seen about these DL Mexican men, because I myself have so much experience with these DL Mexican men, you guys. They want you, they want to just have fun, but they don't want to deal with, like, the consequences that comes with being gay. They just want to be like one of the boys. They want to with you, they like want to have like all this fun, right? But when it comes to being like gay, like they're like, nah, I ain't gay, nah. And it's literally your baby daddies, your uncles, your cousins. I won't, and I can name them, but I won't, right? Because they'll come for me. But this is the thing, you guys. Ever since I started looking more masculine and everything, tell me why they all want me. Tell me why all them DLs, they all want me. And it's like the machismo of it all, because if I were to be looking more feminine, they would not come for me. And it's just like, come on, guys, like, these DL Mexican men are everywhere, guys, everywhere. And they're like, no, back then they weren't gay. Yes, they were gay, they just did not come out, and now we're bringing it to light. And honestly, period, guys.
The topic of older Mexican men being exposed for being gay, DL, opens the door for us to have the difficult discussion about how machismo and Catholicism played a detrimental role within the Mexican culture and society.
A lot of DL men in the Mexican community, because the Mexican community is very misogynistic and they're very religious. So on one hand, they hate everything that is feminine. So a gay man, no, disgusting. So that's the misogynistic avenue. The second part is they're very religious and they're very homophobic because they're religious, but they pray the gay away kind of thing. They marry wives, but they don't want to. They don't want to. They play the part. They make it look like they're straight. Have children, the whole 9 yards, for their family, their friends. They do it because they're scared that God's gonna like punish them and smite them.
Learning about these DL Mexican fathers really make me feel like straightness is not the norm. It's not the norm. It's the minority, yo. Like, it's not. Every video that I've seen talking about this topic has been getting hundreds of thousands of likes. And it's never the same person I saw the first time. Like, it's always a different person. They talk about these DL fathers and they get thousands. So this is happening. This is something that's happening within their community because their fathers are forcing themselves to conform when that's not their truth. Homophobic people love to say that the LGBTQ community is the ones pushing an agenda, when all we've ever told people is to be true to yourself. Because hiding something as significant as your sexuality does nothing but hurt you and the people around you. But straight people are the ones that want you to lie. They want you to lie to yourself. They want you to lie to your partners. They want you to lie to your family. They want you to lie to your friends. They want you to lie for their comfort. And all they do is hurt people. The original video was him calling these DL fathers hypocrites because they disown their own sons, even though they're living the same life. They're just doing it in secret.
And I just saw a video of a guy who was like, all the DLs that hate their children that are gay are actually the ones that are gay themselves. When I tell you, I live next to a horse ranch. Literally a horse ranch. Never fails. Every weekend, hearing somebody getting on the corner of the goddamn street behind the crash can. No digas nadie, no digas nadie. And after they're done, and then you see two grown-ass men coming out.
A lot of you are finally catching on that a lot of your Mexican uncles are low-key gay. And what's even crazier is that a lot of these Mexican tios that be going to go get some more beer with their little friend over here with Pancho or whatever, they're like, we're gonna be back, we're gonna go to the fucking store and we're gonna get some beer, right? No, they be slobbering on each other, and that's why they take a long time. And the wife is like, ay, ¿qué pasó con él? Like, where is he at? You know, like she's just trying to figure out where the fuck he's at. Whole time they're in the parking lot getting freaky with each other, but they will not allow their sons to be gay. If they find out their son is gay or their daughter, whatever, oh, it'll be a whole shit show. But secretly, they be doing a lot of freaky shit with a lot of men on the low. And I be saying this, especially the men that are abusive as well, the Mexican men that are abusive as well. They have such an issue with every man being gay, but they be gay themselves. It's because they can't accept it. So, I know y'all have this in your...
I'm sorry, but the conversations about down low men in different cultures needs to come to an end. Like, it needs to stop. And the crazy thing is, it's not a new phenomenon. Like, down low men have been around for ages. Like, ages. The only difference is that y'all not stupid anymore. Like, you guys are actually waking up and you're seeing what's really going on. I cannot tell you how many heterosexual couples I see on a day-to-day basis, and I'm just like, that man is gay. Like, does she not know? Like, can she not see the signs? Like, that man is gay. And there's nothing wrong about having these conversations because I feel like every woman should know. But when you make it seem like as if your culture was never supposed to have gay men, or like your culture is too good enough to have like any man in your family being gay, that's weird. Like right now, the hot topic is Mexican DL, like dads or like uncles. And I'm just like, I been knew that was going on. Like, not from personal experience, but you can always tell. Like, there are always going to be signs. And then they love to excuse it and pass it on and be like, oh, they're just men, boys being boys, they're just doing bro things. That man is gay. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, he is gay. And I'm gonna take it a step further. These men are not DL because they're afraid of what society would think or what their families would think. No. A lot of them do it because it's a fetish. They love the excitements. Sneaking around on the DL, having a wife and kids on the side. They love that. Like, they love the high that they get from that. But anyway, y'all stay safe.
As a half gay or half Mexican gay individual who is seeing this trend going around about the gay Mexican fathers and families that people don't know about, and someone who studied a little bit of psychology, you know how they say people, the things that we talk about hating in other people is secretly the things we hate about ourselves? You know how and why Hispanic dads are most of the time homophobic? That's how the cookie crumbles.
Child, if I would speak out on all the Mexican DL men, oh my God, TikTok would burn with the tea. Since I was little, experiences, the men and family, the experiences, again, the family members, child, it's a lot of tea. And even in the present moment, the DL Mexican men, and
all the discord about this DL Mexican men shit is just chef's kiss. As a second generation Mexicana raised in a small town with a lot of Mexicanos, yeah, they're onto some shit. I also visit Mexico a lot too, and there's a reason why the machismo is so high. Overcompensation. And it's always those blue-collared construction guys too. What the fuck is that? I've known Mexican men who are very homophobic, by the way, that are very obviously DL. Like, these dudes are for real scared of gay people, or just completely degrade them. But yeah, give them a little bit of substances and there's no more rules. But next time a motherfucker is too homophobic, I'm gonna be like, why do you care so much about gay people? Stare them in their fucking soul. Like, I don't give a fuck about straight people. Like, why do you care so much about gay people? Why are you so interested in what they do or don't do, or who they're sleeping with, or like, why do you care so much? I know the DL community in men is really killing all of the women's communities, but especially in the Latino community, like, it's just the amount of like projection and homophobia there is within our theos and friend groups and these tough guys and puffed out beefy dudes, like only giving a fuck what their homeboys have to say, not valuing women at all, calling us females and being hella disrespectful all the time. Their idea of flirting is being rude to women, wanting to spend all their time and intimate hours and laughs and jokes and all these things with their dudes, their homies. Just hate how much the stigma of like gayness is still a thing in the Latino community. Like, it's ridiculous. We are in 2025. All it does is end up hurting all of us. Women deserve to be safe and not have to worry about your DL bullshit. No one cares that you're gay. And unfortunately, it's not just the Theos. Like, it's also our generation and probably the younger ones. All this to say, I can't fucking wait until all this stops being a thing. And I'm so glad that we're talking about this now.
And this Mexican dad DL situation, just, you know what? 4 years ago in Brooklyn, New York, I used to work at an insurance company, right? So got off work 5 p.m. and I was out with my partner at the time. We went to, it was like, I think it was called Taco something. And we got in there, went to the bar because I didn't want to sit at, you know, I didn't want to have a proper meal. So we went and sat at the bar, but we ordered food. When we got there, there were two Mexican men who clearly just got off work. They were just getting drinks. So we're sitting there talking to the bartender, you know, laughing, having a good time. We noticed the two men sitting over there. After like their third drink, I'm looking at my partner, he's looking at me, and the men, like, they started getting they were very handsy. And I'm like, what's going on here? I'm looking at my partner, he's looking at the bartender's looking at me. I'm just like, okay. And that's when I knew. I know this man is not lying. The men are DL, okay? And it's fine to, you know, be gay, but just, why are you lying? Just come on out. Why y'all threatening? And then they're threatening the person who brought it out. Come on.
A whole bunch of Mexican fathers are starting to come out as DL, and it's very funny to me because those are the same ones that are being extremely homophobic around anyone else. But like I said, as soon as they get to the construction site, something just clicks in their head. But not only that, they get extremely offended. I made a video talking about the whole Mexican DL thing and construction workers and that whole genre, and there's a whole bunch of people in the comments saying, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe this happened to you, trying to switch it up on me. Motherfucker, if that shit is happening to you, just speak up, man. I don't even work at a construction place, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you just fucked up. Like, you're getting exposed, and there's no way to stop it. All right, your partners, your fellas are getting exposed for being like that. And there's nothing wrong. I just want to clarify this. There is nothing wrong with being down low. There's nothing wrong with being gay. But my problem is, how the fuck are you going to make fun of your kids? How the fuck are you going to not make fun, but literally hate on your kids, disown your kids for being gay? But as soon as you show up to the construction site, you be taking it. You be taking the whole thing. You be getting trains ran on you. What?
And to all the DL men out there right now that are pissed off and commenting and sending fucking messages, remember, baby, it's okay. Just because you're on all fours or on your knees does not make you less of a man. That just lets me know that you know what you like and it's okay. Like, stop dating these fucking women pretending like you love the nooch when really you love getting stretched out. That's literally what it is. Stop fucking around. That's the truth. And it's okay. Just stop going around here fucking being haters and fucking hating on your kids and love them. Because you're doing the same fucking shit. That's why you're pissed off. You're calling yourself out by putting yourself in the fucking comments and be like, no, we don't do all that. We already know, baby. It's okay. It's okay. I know that's right. Because literally if they would stop being fucking bitches and just realize nobody gives a fuck about their lives, and by saying nobody gives a fuck, we mean we want everyone to be happy and just leave us alone so we can vibe. That's what we mean. Yes, it would solve a shit ton of fucking problems. Because then them being so fucking scared to hold some guy's hand or be like, yeah, I'm on my back, I'm on all fours. Like, that's cool, babes. We want that for you. Apparently the DL community is pissed off on the Mexican dads. Pues sabes que, mira, no me mandas un mensaje que están diciendo, y si no te calmas te voy a un chingazo. Pues sabes que, pendejo, ven a mi casa, te espero, y te voy a un chingazo también. For all the stupid fucking shit you're doing to your guys' partners and your wives. Fucking being messes. Don't come for me. I say what I fucking said, bitch.
So this Mexican man right here is trying to blame Black America for all the DL that Mexican videos that are being created. And as the individual that started this with Dominicans, man, I'm here to tell you that that is a lie. Because I created the first video talking about DL Dominican men. And then the Mexican Thanos made a video about DL Mexicans. And that video just shook the internet to its core because it was a secret that nobody knew, including Latinos, right? And in the comment section of all the videos, I got over 1 million views on my videos on TikTok alone. On Instagram, I got over 500,000 views, right? And in the comment section, all I kept seeing was Black Americans saying, why is this on my feed? How did I end up here? You know? And obviously, DL drama, apparently, people, it's interesting, right? So once they were there, they stood around for the tea. And all they said, yo, have y'all heard about this? That's all they said, man. This came from our community. This is DL Mexicans' fault for being under DL for so long, and it's just being exposed. So don't try to make a scene that Black people are doing this and they're not running a narrative. This is facts, and this is why it shook the internet to its core, because nobody knew about the DL Mexicans. Apparently everybody knew about DL Dominicans except me, right? So no, you ain't gonna blame Black people for this, bro. Yeah, blame DL Mexicans. You probably want to though, man, because why are you trying to put this on? Why are you trying to put the heat on Black people for? You on the deal? Why are you so triggered? I ain't triggered by the DL Dominicans, right? I was just a little upset the fact that they're all bottoms, because I'm like, yo, if you're gonna gay the right way and be a man about it, bro. But they all bending over for these Black American dudes in Washington Heights.
Oh, I'm sorry, they're trying to blame y'all. DL gay Mexican men has nothing to do with the Black community. That was all Mexico. They were slurping and knobbing on each other way back in the day back in Mexico. Y'all need to leave the Black community out of it. They have nothing to do with it. They're completely innocent.
Bro, we don't care about y'all Mexicans being down low. Y'all are acting like that like literally pays our bills, or that like fucking makes us, who gives a fuck, especially a Black motherfucker, if a Mexican daddy or uncle is down low. We don't give a damn. Please stop adding us to whatever shit y'all got going on, bro. If you down low, just come out the fucking closet, bro. But to sit here and be like, yeah, all I see is Black people pushing that, you're fucking why do we give a fuck? I mean, just like really answer that. Why do we care about another race being down low? Why would that actually matter at all? Y'all gotta stop. Because at this point, you really make yourself look dumb. Like, we stopped talking to y'all about the whole fucking native situation. Here y'all come randomly again, bringing us in saying, yeah, it's Black people. No, it's not. It's you're gay. You're gay, bro. And it's okay. We don't judge you behind that. But to sit here and say that it's Black people pushing that narrative, it's bullshit. Like, chill.
The funniest, or like not funny no more because some of the stories are coming out and it is fucked up and sad, but the funniest part about the whole DL Mexican thing is that it was 1,000% unprovoked. Like, one Mexican boy made a video about like the DL Mexican dads and the pipeline of being DL and abusing your gay sons and shit like that. My whole thing is, a lot of Mexican women and men, but I've been seeing more so the women, are coming out telling their stories about having a DL dad, or just the thing that happens to the women and children and the sons who are gay and shit like that. And it's absolutely insane. But the funniest part is that, like, bro, it was unprovoked as hell. Like, what kind of PTSD and trauma are y'all causing to y'all families? Because they jumped at the one video was made, and now there are a million videos out there talking about their DL uncles or DL dads and shit like that. Like, what kind of psychological abuse and physical abuse are y'all putting y'all families through? Like, if you want to be gay, bro, just be gay. I seen this one video saying like they do so much coke and like, I mean, nose candy and shit like that because they want to forget about the shit and all the other things like that. But my thing is like, god damn, like how many, like that's fucked up for real. Like, y'all families are like pleading for help. They jumped at the first sign to talk about this shit. Like, my whole timeline is DL Mexican, DL Mexican, DL Mexican. It's like straight up Mexican families who are telling 1,000% their raw, authentic stories, and it's absolutely crazy as hell. And also, the funny part to me is because I'm obviously gay, mass presenting myself. So, like, a lot of men feel comfortable around me to just tell me their stories and shit like that. So, I know for a fact they're not lying because I also work in blue collar. I worked in blue collar since I was like 18. So, I know they're not lying and making this shit up. It's just absolutely insane for real because, like, whoa. And then some people are saying that their dads are the one who taught them that shit. And in order, like, to take their anger out on the fucking son, like, I can't make this shit up. Some people are legit saying, like, they TOs, their uncles and fathers and shit like that are the ones who, like, they seen being gay. Like, I seen my dad firsthand getting a fucking blowjob by another man, and now he's mad at me that I'm fucking gay and shit like that. Because, like, instead of taking accountability for the trauma that they caused for their kids, they legit just keep on passing it down generations and generations. And I'm glad it stops fucking here because a lot of people are speaking up about it. But it's just crazy as hell. It was 100% unprovoked. But it's just like, wow.